Daf Yomi, Tractate Sanhedrin, Daf Beis Amud Aleph. New Masechta, new tractate. Congratulations to all of those who've completed Bava Basra, and this is a new angle, I guess, for filming, and it goes back to Tisha B'Av of Tafshin Pei Gimel, Tisha B'Av in 2023, which was also on a Thursday, as today is. And I think it's interesting because I think there are some connections of Mashiach to Sanhedrin, and a lot of things that have to do with Sanhedrin, the reinstating of they call it the Hakamat HaSanhedrin, the establishment of the new Sanhedrin as it was long ago, by someone by the name of Yosef, Rabbi Yosef Edrei, something like that. I've been following him, and that Sanhedrin just connects to a lot of things that are messianic, because Sanhedrin Beis, the gematria of Sanhedrin plus Beis, because we're on Daf Beis, is 381, and 381 is it just came to me now, it's gematria HaShalom, but 381 actually is a permutation of 183, and 183 is Akiva. Akiva is Akev is 172, right? And then Yud would be 182 plus Aleph is 183, right? Yeah, so Akiva is 183. And Akiva is also connected to Thursday's Yom Chamishi. It's also very, I think Rabbi Akiva was the only person really who notably made a mention about Mashiach. I mean, he mentioned that Bar Kokhba was Mashiach, but still, he voiced his opinion about Mashiach, where we don't find that about, I can't think of any other Tanaim or Amoraim, and all of, they talk about Ben David, and they talk about it a little bit, actually, in Sanhedrin. So I think it's very interesting, and when we get to Hachelek, it's going to be interesting, God willing, but we'll see how that goes. So we're starting the new tractate, and I'm connecting this, and I'll connect this with the PL 89 calendar, which was recorded on July 27th of 2023. It was Tisha B'Av of Tafshin Pei Gimel. So I think it's fitting that we come back to that place in time. And with that, let us start the first parak, Dine Mamonos, or Dine Mamonot. Dine Mamonos b'shloisha, gzelas v'chavalois b'shloisha, nezek v'chatzis nezek, tashlumi kevel, tashlumi abba v'chamishim b'shloisha. The Mishnah says, cases concerning monetary law are adjudicated by 3 judges. Cases concerning robbery and personal injury are adjudicated by 3 judges. Cases concerning damage that one is responsible for because he or his property caused the damage are adjudicated by 3 judges as well. Likewise, cases concerning payment for half the damage, which is paid in the event that an ox whose owner has not been warned that it gored more than 2 times, gores another animal. See Exodus 21:35. Has not been warned that it gored more than 2 times. Right. Or it didn't gore more than 2 times. Either one. See Exodus 21:35. Cases concerning payment of double the principal by a thief who was caught stealing, see Exodus 22 verse 3. And cases concerning payment of 4 or 5 times the principal by a thief who slaughtered or sold a stolen ox or lamb, see Exodus 21:37, are all adjudicated by 3 judges. Ha'oines ve'hamifate ve'moitzi shem ra b'shloisha divrei Rabbi Meir. Cases concerning one who rapes or one who seduces a virgin girl and must therefore pay the girl's father 50 shekels, see Deuteronomy 22:29, Exodus 22:15. And cases concerning a defamer who falsely asserts that his wife was not a virgin when she married him and brings false witnesses who testify that she committed adultery while betrothed to him, and who must therefore pay the girl's father 100 silver shekels, as well as receive lashes, see Deuteronomy 22:13 through 19. All of these are adjudicated by 3 judges. This is the statement of Rabbi Meir. The rabbis say cases concerning a defamer are adjudicated by a court of 23 judges, which is the type of court authorized to judge cases of capital law, because this case includes the possibility of becoming a case of capital law. The husband brings witnesses that his wife committed adultery, and she is found guilty. She is liable to receive the death penalty. This punishment applies to the witnesses if they are exposed as conspiring witnesses, edim zomemim. Makos b'shloisha mishum Rabbi Shmuel amru b'esrim u'shloisha. Cases concerning the violation of prohibitions that render one liable to receive lashes are adjudicated by 3 judges. The sages stated in the name of Rabbi Shmuel, cases concerning lashes are adjudicated by 23 judges. 23 is really becoming a lot lately. Several people who were born 23 years ago, or are 23 years old right now, or 23 minutes, or 23 seconds, something. It's just 23 has been coming up a lot. Iber HaChodesh b'shloisha, Iber HaShana b'shloisha devei Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel oimer b'shloisha matchilin, v'chamish noisin v'noisnin. The intercalation of the month is performed by a panel of 3 judges. The intercalation of the year, meaning the decision to add an extra month to the year when necessary, is also decided by a panel of 3 judges. This is the statement of Rabbi Meir. Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel oimer. Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel says that the deliberations begin with 3 judges. They debate the matter with 5 judges, and they conclude the matter with 7 judges, due to the significance of the decision. And Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel concedes that if they concluded the matter with only 3 judges, the intercalation is valid, and it is a leap year. Smichas Kenim v'arifas eglo b'shloisha. Divrei Rabbi Shimon. Rabbi Yehuda omer b'chamisha. Acharit tzva v'hameunin b'shloisha. Both the laying of the hands of the sages and the breaking of the heifer's neck in a case where a person was found murdered and is not known who killed him, see Deuteronomy 21:1 through 9, are performed in front of a panel of 3 judges. This is the statement of Rabbi Shimon. Rabbi Yehuda says these rituals are performed in front of 5 judges. Both chalitza, the ritual through which the avam, the surviving brother of a married man who died without sons, frees the avama, the widow, of her levirate bond. In a case where the avam does not wish to marry the avama, see Deuteronomy 25, verses 5 through 10. And the refusal of a girl before reaching majority to remain married to the man to whom her mother or brother married her off are performed before a court of 3 judges. Netareva imas sheni shein damav yaduin b'shloisha. Ahekdesho is b'shloisha. Ahwachin hamital telim b'shloisha. Rabbi Yehuda omer echad mehen kohen. The halacha concerning fruit of a fourth-year sapling and second tithe produce is that they are to be brought to Jerusalem and eaten there. If this is impractical, the produce can be redeemed and the redemption money brought to Jerusalem, where it is used to purchase food and drink. Valuation of fruit of a fourth-year sapling or a second tithe produce in cases where their value is not known is performed by 3 judges. The valuation of consecrated property for purposes of redemption is performed by 3 judges, and the valuations that are movable property, see Leviticus 27, 1 through 8, are performed by 3 judges. Rabbi Yehuda says, one of the 3 judges must be a priest. Ve'hakarkois tisha v'koyin. Ve'odam kayoytze behen. And the valuation of consecrated land is performed by 9 judges, and in addition, 1 priest. And the valuation of a person for the purpose of a vow is performed by a similar manner to that of land. Dinin nefashis b'esrom shloisha. Haroiva v'hanirva b'esrom shloisha. Shneemar. V'haragta es l'isha v'esa behema v'oimer v'esa behema ta'aroigu. Cases of capital law are judged by 23 judges. An animal that copulated with a person and an animal that was the object of bestiality are judged by 23 judges, as it is stated. And if a woman approaches any animal to lie with it, you shall kill the woman and the animal. Leviticus 20, verse 16. And it states, and if a man lies with an animal, he shall be put to death, and you shall kill the animal. Leviticus 20, verse 15. In cases of bestiality, the verse juxtaposes the execution of the animal to the execution of the person, and therefore the case of the animal is adjudicated in the same way as cases of capital law. Shor haniskal be'eschim u'shloisha shenemar hashor yisokel v'gam bolav yumas kemisas bonim kach misas hashor hazev v'ha'ari v'ha'doi v'ha'nomer v'ha'bardes v'ha'nochosh misosan be'eschim u'shloisha Rabbi Eliezer oimer kol hakoytim l'ha'organ zocher Rabbi Akiva oimer misosan be'eschim u'shloisha. Rabbi Akiva comes up and it's Thursday. Similarly, an ox that is to be stoned because it killed a person is judged by 23 judges, as it is stated. But if the ox was wont to gore in time past, and warning has been given to its owner, but he did not guard it, and it kills a man or a woman, the ox shall be stoned, and also its owner shall be put to death. Exodus 21:29. From this verse it is derived that just as the manner of the death of the owner, so is the manner of the death of the ox. The same halacha applies in the case of a wolf or a lion or a bear or a leopard or a cheetah or a snake. Bardalus, they translate as cheetah. I always thought that was some kind of ambiguous term. I guess they translate it as a cheetah. Okay, or a snake that killed a person. Their death is decreed by 23 judges. Rabbi Eliezer says these dangerous animals do not need to be brought to court. Rather, anyone who kills them first merits the performance of a mitzvah. Rabbi Akiva says their death is decreed by 23 judges. Ein danin lo yes hashevet v'lo yes navi hasheker v'lo es kohen gadol ela al pi beis din shel 71 ve'ein motzi'in lemelchemes harashus ela al pi beis din shel 71 ein mosifin al ha'ir ועל האזרויס, אלא על פי בית דין של 71. אין אויסין סנהדרויס לשבטים, אלא על pi bet din shel shivim ve'echad. The court judges cases involving an entire tribe that sinned, or a false prophet, see Deuteronomy 18:20 through 22. I wonder why they didn't quote Deuteronomy 13. Or a high priest who transgressed a prohibition that carries a possible death sentence, or on the basis of a court of 71 only on the basis of a court of 71 judges, meaning the Great Sanhedrin. And the king may bring the nation to an optional war, meaning a war that was not mandated by the Torah, and is not a war of defense, only on the basis of a court of 71 judges. They may extend the city of Jerusalem or the courtyards of the temple only on the basis of a court of 71 judges, and they may appoint a lesser Sanhedrin of 23 judges for the tribes only on the basis of a court of 71 judges. Ein oisim yachanidachas ela al pi beis din shel shivim ve'echad. Ein oisim yachanidachas baspar velo shalosh aval oisim achas o shtayim. A city may be designated as an idolatrous city, an Iridachas, a city whose residents all practice idolatry, and therefore, according to Torah law, all the residents must be killed. And the city must be destroyed. See Deuteronomy 13:19. Only in accordance with the ruling of a court of 71 judges. Additionally, the court may not designate a city as an idolatrous city if it is on the frontier close to the borders of Eretz Yisrael, and 3 adjoining cities may not be designated as idolatrous cities, but the court may designate 1 city or 2 adjoining cities as idolatrous cities. Sanhedrin Gedola Hoiso Shel Shivim Echad Uketana Shel 23 Minayin Gedola Shehi Shel Shivim Echad Shenemar Esvali Shivim Ish Miziknei Yisrael Moshe al Gabehem Yehuda Mer Shivim. With regard to the number of judges in the different courts, the Mishnah presents a halachic midrash. The Great Sanhedrin was composed of 71 judges, and a lesser Sanhedrin was composed of 23. From where is it derived that the Great Sanhedrin was composed of 71 judges? As it is stated, gather me 70 men of the elders of Israel, whom you know to be the elders of the people and officers over them, and bring them into the tent of meeting, and they shall stand there with you. Numbers 11:16. Together with Moses at the head of this body, there are a total of 71. Rabbi Yehuda says Moses was indeed at the head of the body, but he is not counted as part of the group. Consequently, a future Great Sanhedrin modeled after these elders is to be composed of 70 judges. I wonder how you would have a majority there. It would have to be 2. It couldn't be 1 majority. It would have to be 69. No, it would have to be 68 and 2. No, 69 and 1. That would be a minority. That means splitting half, like 35 and 37 and 30. Anyway, you got the idea. Uminayin lekatana shehi shalazim rishloisha. Shenemar v'shaftu eida v'tzilo eida. Eida shafetes v'eida metzeles rekan esrim. And from where is it derived that a lesser Sanhedrin is composed of 23 judges, as it is stated, and the congregation shall judge between the assailant and the avenger, and the congregation shall save the manslayer from the hands of the avenger. Numbers 35:24-25. Now, therefore, there must be a congregation which consists of at least 10 judges that judges the accused and attempts to convict him. And there must be a congregation also consisting of at least 10 judges which attempts to save the accused by finding him innocent. Together, there are 20 judges here. Uminayin le'eda shehu esara. How do we know? Okay, Shinemar, then Eda is 10. Shinemar ad masai le'eda hara azois. Yatsu Yehoshua b'kalev. Before proceeding to derive the requirement for the final 3 judges, the Mishnah clarifies, and from where is it derived that a congregation consists of at least 10 men? As it is stated concerning the spies, how long shall I bear with this evil congregation that keep complaining about me? Numbers 14:27. There were 12 spies, excluding Joshua and Caleb, who did not complain. There would be 10 men who are called a congregation. Accordingly, the verses describing a congregation that attempts to convict the accused and a congregation that attempts to acquit him together add up to 20 judges. Uminayin lahavi od shloisha mima shema shenemar lo siyeh acharei rabim l'ra'ois shomea ani she'ehyeh imahem letova im kein lama nemar acharei rabim lehatos lo kehatayetcha לטובה, הטייתך לרע, הטייתך לטובה על פי אחד, הטייתך לרע על פי שניים. And from where is it derived to bring 3 more judges to the court? From the implication of that which is stated, you shall not follow a multitude to convict, Exodus 23 verse 2. I would derive that I may not convict a person on the basis of a majority, but I should follow the majority to exonerate. If so, why is it stated in the same verse to incline after a multitude? From which it can be understood that the majority is followed in all cases. In order to resolve the apparent contradiction, it must be explained that your inclination after the majority to exonerate is not like your inclination after the majority to convict. Your inclination after the majority to exonerate can result in a verdict by a majority of 1 judge, but your inclination after a majority to convict a transgressor must be by a more decisive majority of at least 2. Therefore, the court must have at least 22 judges. To be continued on 2b.